And then Trev, it's pretty nuts. The other big one here is the three-way trade that your
Have we not
boy
talked
was.
about this?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. When the offseason starts to go, Sean Murphy, one of the best,
Butts in the league.
best butts in the league, top three
Yeah.
young catcher, something like that. If you haven't heard much about him, unfortunately, that's the Oakland effect. Traded to the Braves, they kind of make their move. They give up Kyle Mueller, the young pitcher for them. They give up William Contreras. So the Contreras bros are both going to be in the Central. That was the other big righty I was thinking about that the Brewers brought in. A's, they get a handful of prospects. Everyone loves super utility man Esteury Ruiz. There's a couple other guys. I could tell you about Freddie Tarnock's strikeout numbers, but I don't think we need to. Brewers get William Contreras. Joel Payamps, fun name. Guy had a kind of a breakout year a little bit last year. But I mean, Sean Murphy headlines the deal. He'll be catching for the Braves. And also William Contreras out is big news. So Trev, I know you're pretty connected to Atlanta as you're kind of their oracle. So what I guess what was your reaction? And kind of I want to do a little bit what Braves fans were feeling, because their online reaction wasn't like stoked. I saw a lot of people asking, like, is Willie Adames in this? Like, are we getting a shortstop too? They get Sean Murphy, who's an all JM type guy.
I've given my take on baseball today, my show I do with Chris Rose, that beautiful human being.
Yes.
This is what I said. This is what I think about this whole trade. I think I'm happy for the Braves because this is what smart teams do. If you can find an upgrade at positions, and this guy is bangers defensively and can hit, like, you don't find catchers that can do that. We just talked about William Contreras, and we said, like, we know he can hit. Well, Murphy's kind of one of those unicorns, especially at the catching position. So did they give up some prospects? Sure, but that's what it's all about. The Major League roster is what it's about. And you have this awesome team, and now you're improving one of your holes that you have. And they have very few holes to fill, and they did it. Okay, I think what we're going to see is Murphy. I think d'Arnaud is going to stay there. I think they're going to kind of be the 1-2, and I think that's great. For the Brewers side of it, you get one player and you get three players. You bring in a guy that was an all-star last year. You needed some thump. You kind of got it. I think it's good for them. I think they were like, what? We can do this and get these guys? Okay, sure. We want to be part of this 3-team trade? Sure. And then for the A's, I can care less, man. I don't like talking about them. I don't like the way they run their team. Every single time somebody gets good and gets a little bit of recognition, they trade them away. And I know that's like, I mean, can you say beating a dead horse? I don't think you can say that anymore.
That's out.
I just did it though.
Yeah, a couple things.
I can't with the A's. Look, I mean, we know this is how they run their team, so you have to expect it. But if you're a fan, you're like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
No, it's A's fans. Trev was beating the DH there or whatever. No, it stinks. I mean, look at Matt Olson, your first baseman for the Braves as well. Like that, there's something that's actually sickening to being an Oakland Athletics fan that, we do bring up when we have to, because it's brutal. I mean, if that organization was run differently, like, look at San Diego right now. Oakland could be that. You just need a ballpark and an owner who cares. And they're so far away from that. That stinks. For the Braves, I love them getting Murphy, one of the top catchers in the game. I think him leaving Oakland will be good for him. Going to a class.
No shit, dude.
Going to a class
to go to this team.
Yeah, right. Going to a class organization. You got studs all around you. I think we're going to be talking about Sean Murphy a lot more, which is good for him and good for baseball in a way. Again, sorry, Athletics fans. And hey, clicking from the Cubs to the Cardinals to now the Braves, we're seeing a different tier of baseball team. The Cardinals are the Braves without Ronald Acuna Jr. and Michael Harris. So the Braves are stacked. I guess the conversation was, were they going to get a shortstop, or do they believe in Vaughn Grisham? Who, by the way, raked last year. So if they do, all right, you might have your next 22-year-old shortstop. Do you think they're going to do anything there?
I'm not so sure. It doesn't seem like it. The more and more I know hindsight's 2020 with the whole Dansby situation. I thought he might go back there because it just seemed like I told C Rose, if it ain't broke, don't break it. But that's not the way they operate, dude. Like they're not going out and paying free agents. They're either signing you young or like with the Matt Olson thing, like they had that plan. You trade for him and extend him. I think they were saying, look, Dansby, thank you for your service, but we have enough in our roster that we can give Grissom a chance and not have to give this massive spike in payroll. And now we still have flexibility for during the year. If an injury happens or we seem to be deficient at a position, we still can go make a move. I think this is just the Braves doing exactly what they've been doing, which is smart roster development.
And this is a little obnoxious, but go look at the Braves roster right now. Mike Soroka's their 5 starter.
Please, Lord, can we see him? Please, Lord.
The last 2 guys in their bullpen who aren't long relief are Kirby Yates and Nick Anderson. 2 guys that have been at the peak of the profession, and those are their bonus pieces to Minter, Iglesias, Jimenez, McHugh. So the Braves are stacked. I do want to spend more time on the Brewers part of this because I was mentioning it with the Cubs and the Cardinals. Like you said, this is so Brewers. It's very kind of clever and sneaky, and they almost probably couldn't believe they were involved in this trade. Now in the middle of their lineup, they had William Contreras, 25-year-old all-star catcher, bing bong. And they threw in Jesse Winker, who's, had his one bad year last season. Seattle cut bait and sold low and on his salary, where I think Milwaukee was like, well, we get 1 year of him and we tap in. I don't know. I'm interested to see. They're going to depend a lot on their young guys. Is Garrett Mitchell a guy? Urias, can he put it together for a full season? But when you see Yeli, Adames, Tellez, Contreras, Winker, I don't know. You just picked up a kind of a dude in Contreras. And if Jesse Winker's any semblance of who he was, this might be the best Brewers lineup we've seen in a little bit. And that's what we've been asking for.
You're right. I mean, look, they're going to find a way to piece it together to be competitive. And that's what they do. I think we all asked, like, can you do more than that, though? Because you got this pitching staff, and this is what teams dream of. Having those top 3 guys, like, teams, that's when they go. So I like what they've done. I still implore them to, like, let's go make a splash, dude. Like, can we go all in? Can we do that? Or at least any semblance of it? Because I don't think this is that yet. And I think we're still saying, well, a lot of things have to go right. And we're going to have big years from this guy and that guy when it's like, you know what? And I don't even know who's available for them that they can go out and get right now. There's still some guys out there. I know that, but be a trade, something. I would like to see them make another big move before the season.
And I think big move, actually me and I think BBD witnessed it. I forget if it was talking baseball or talking Yanks, but me and Jimmy debated if this Sean Murphy 3-way trade was a big trade, and you just get into a gray area of what counts as big. When you say the Brewers make another big move, it's out there to be had. The name that I keep coming back to, because I remember he was rumored there last time, was our guy Justin Turner. Are the Dodgers ready to move on from him? He had like the best second half of any player in the league. Like, does he want to make a later in his career appearance in Milwaukee? Is he going back to the Dodgers? Because they really haven't made too many moves. What's going on there? But yeah, right now the Brewers are kind of banging with the Cubs. And they're a move or 2 away from us being like, it's going to be them and the Cardinals again, and let's see what happens.
Turner makes so much sense there. I know they offered him last year, I believe.
Right.
So they've shown interest. I would love him to go there. I think that'd be a very seamless fit.
The fine people of Milwaukee would love him. Kyle Mueller, go be a stud in Oakland, and we'll see you get traded in a year and a half. That's kind of the best advice we can give you.